Alright, good afternoon, welcome, and hello. One of those greetings should suffice. Alright, I left off having started this more advanced Slayer level, Murderous Manufactory. More about manipulating Slayers around than fighting them. And let's see. So I left off here. Pushing this will open the way. You will then push that. If I push this, then that he'll come through. This looks straightforward enough to begin with. Okay. Now what? I guess I want to go through here. I don't know. Probably don't want to stand there. What exactly does this room want from me? I guess I want him to not go through there, maybe? So try to give him a really long path, then? Yeah, there's no way to give him a long path, though. Okay, well, I guess this worked. A little unclear. What's this part about? I guess I need to press this and that. And that. Need to do this.
Die with grace.
No.
I will.
Do I need the Slayer to be on this?
You move with an awkwardness that pains me.
How is this supposed to work? What? What do you want me to do here? This is really excessively unclear. There's not very much to play with here. Like, am I not supposed to put the Slayer on that? Because I tried standing on that and that didn't work. And there's practically no way here to make him stand still for any longer than that. Like, I don't have any tools for that purpose. He'll move either when I close the door or when his wisp reaches me, and that's not nearly enough turns. Is this supposed to somehow be useful? I don't see how this could help. What? I have no idea what this room is asking me to do. This does not make any sense.
My name is Beethro.
My hope reaches far.
That doesn't seem especially useful since there's no way for him to have a wisp after standing on this. And even if there was, yeah, that's just not useful. I have to have him stand here before I can get use of the platform. And I have to be over here to be able to release him. How is this supposed to be useful? Like, I don't have any control over anything. Nothing remotely useful here. This just seems completely irrelevant. What?
Die with grace. Provide me some small challenge, please.
I cannot go back to the south without him being on the pressure plate that puts him inside the fire traps. So I can't do anything about the Slayer's Wisp path at all. The only thing I can do is make him go onto this plate between the fire traps. There's nothing else useful that I can do at this point. And there's no way to move him off of there after putting him on. Is that what I'm supposed to do? It's very confusing. Okay. And what is this mess? That. Okay. These do something to the outer wall. So I need him to press each of these in turn? But if the Slayer is following a wisp path, then as soon as I go past one of these doors and he walks off of the corresponding plate, he's not going to follow a wisp path anymore. He'll just start acting unbrained or whatever, because there's no path from him to me.
Ready to take a death nap?
Yeah, he'll act like that because there's no path from him to me. I guess the point must be that being invisible doesn't prevent the wisp from wanting to come to me. Okay. Oh, or is it the being near the brain that matters, I guess? I guess I'll try to route a path that hits all of these. Not really sure what else to do. Does the order matter? I guess it probably does. Okay. It can't cross itself, so... Is that the right order? Oh, that's backwards. There's not really enough space to go back and forth and back again, though. This hallway is too narrow for that. If I try to make him go back west here, that's not going to work. I mean, the Wisp can trace a path like that, but he's just going to shortcut from here to here and not actually go to the button. Okay. How do I open that? Why is this room built in such a way that you can way too easily try to trace out the entire solution and then instantly just have to start over again because of some nonsense like that? That's very annoying. Sure, somehow there's an unintended solution where he comes off of here that wanted to be prevented or something, but I don't know. I have to go down through here if I've hit both of these, since he will not trace a path that just goes due south, even if he's going straight here. Pretty sure. Yeah, no. There's no way this can work. He'll just shortcut the path as soon as he sees a closer wisp next to the one he's on. that's all of them, so I guess we'll see what this looks like. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought he would do. There's not enough space to make a path that goes up and back and down again. There just is not enough space for that. And it's not possible to go up through here after hitting both of these either. Like, the only way to hit these two is to make exactly this path. No other path will work. And then there's not enough space to go back to the north at all. suppose this looks like it should work. Yeah. I think that should work. It doesn't cross itself at any point anyway. Oh, well, there's one corner there it can cut. That should be preventable.
I shall now make men provide me some small challenge.
Oh no, I had the order of those two wrong. Okay. Yeah, that's why this is impossible. There is not enough space to go back and forth and back again. There's only enough space to go across here once and across here once. And no more than that is possible. Will I be close enough for the Slayer to try to sword fight me when he's close to that fourth button? Or the last one he wants to hit? I don't know. Let's see.
You move with an awkwardness that pains me.
Yeah, even if the Slayer wants to sword fight me after hitting that button, I'm over here and there's absolutely no way for him to go east from there.
Sword up, little man. You move with an awkwardness that pains me.
As far as I can tell, this is just literally asking for something that can't be done. The only way that this could possibly work is if the wisp is made to trace a path which the Slayer then follows that goes through the 4 plates in the order prescribed by the hallway to the brain. Nothing else could possibly work. And that's impossible because these passageways are too narrow and it's not possible to make him go up after going to the 2nd plate. I mean, I was trying to see if there was some way to make him go around the outside, but that doesn't work. That is not possible. I tried to do that and it doesn't work. So that can't be it. There's nothing else to do in this room. Like, that's literally the only way that I can press the plates is by having the Slayer's wisp go over them, and then having the Slayer go over them in precisely the order required by the room. Like, there's nothing else in the room that I can even interact with besides the Slayer and these plates. This is the only way to get him to go east into the 2nd or 3rd column. If he's pressed this plate, there is absolutely no other way for him to go east but to go around south. I guess I could make him not press that plate, but that's not going to actually be useful. this order is possible. The order it asks for is not possible. So... I have no idea what I'm supposed to be able to do here.
I will punch you.
There is no way to make a door close on him in such a way that he'll go looking for a way to open it himself, because this closes this door, and there is nothing that opens this door. There is no way to take advantage of the Slayer's behavior when he's close to Beethro, because if I'm trying to hit this plate, then he is undoubtedly over here and will not go over to this plate. There is no way to make the wisp go back up from down here other than getting rid of the path that touches this plate. There is no way to make the wisp go here and back and here again, because these pathways are too narrow. There is no way to use this outer pathway, because as soon as one of the doors on the outer pathway closes, the entire amount of wisp that's out there will disappear. That's every conceivable thing that might be a way around the problem. None of them works. To me, this is a great example of taking what should be a satisfying, straightforward puzzle and making it unnecessarily painful. Like maybe a secret challenge version of this room could demand whatever esoteric additional thing this is asking for, but it's just really unsatisfying to know have something that should work and just have it not be possible.
My hope reaches far.
Alright, I still have no clue how this room is supposed
I
to work.
will puncture.
Let's just look at something else. Okay. These toggle everything. And have to all be pressed. Okay. How do I make him face a different way? I guess that works. Does he need to use that one earlier? Somehow? I don't see how that could happen. He has to be facing down to kill this particular eye. So if I close the door after he does that, he's just gonna go to this orb. If I do that, he'll just come back this way. And if I do that, then he has no path that touches that eye. Certainly isn't going to take a path that goes toward that eye. pretty sure this is the required first step that I have to do. And then he stabs this eye. And then I have to do something after that. And I can either close the door or I can toggle everything. Neither of which seems particularly productive.
I will punch.
Just repeatedly pass through this eye and not achieve anything. Right. Okay, that does something at least. But now there's no way for him to face north to kill that eye. Oh, now he decides to go to the north one. Okay. That doesn't really help because he's never going to go back up, around, and over to where he should to kill that eye.
Yes. Lie down.
There's not really any way to intuitively process this room. Like, basically it's just trial and error. I have only a couple of things that I can do, so I have to be doing them in some order. So I guess I'll just try random orders until one of them seems to work. So I know for a fact this is bad, because there's no way then to keep him from going off to the east. So it absolutely cannot be correct to do that. So closing the door like that can't work. The only other option is to do this. To hit this plate, or to hit this orb at some point before he gets all the way over there. And doing that gives him a different route. And I have a choice between the north or the south orb, and basically no other options but those two. Hitting the north orb does what feels like making progress the most. It lets me stab this eye. But after stabbing that eye, then there's nothing else I can really do. Unless I close this door. And then I can put him on this path and make him go north. But after doing that, there is no way to make him go to the one eye that requires him to face north. Because it's way over to the west, and he's never going to go that way. Ever. I guess I could try doing this, but no, then he just has a direct path to me. So... that isn't going to work. So neither option works here. There's no broken orbs in the area that eye is in at all, so it's impossible to use a broken orb to make him want to go there by closing this door. You can't make him go there by closing this door. Can make him go to the east and kill that eye. And then it's possible to kill that eye. But there's absolutely no way to get the north-facing eye at all. I mean, to get the eye that's to the north of him. What good is that supposed to do? I guess this might do something. Why is he pathing that way? Not taking the more direct route southeast. Oh, wait. Oh, he should. Okay, whatever. That seems to have fixed it. Sure. This room is a little weird, very trial and error heavy. I guess not necessarily that hard. Just realizing that the button under that there was a plate under the Conquer token that did something kind of helped get the last step of that. Okay, what do we have here? This looks complicated. What happens if I just do nothing? He get stuck on the wubba and nothing happens. Sure. That can open these doors, though, if I let him get stuck on the wubba. And then I can do something over there. What do these control? What indeed? What is the East Snake supposed to do here? If I do that, it does that. Okay. What? It only affects itself. What does this matter? How does that matter? Fairly sure I don't want to press this, so I can't ever go north. I don't want to press that, so I can't go here. What? What am I supposed to be doing in this room? The only thing I have access to are these that just open all of that and force the snake through. Which, hooray. How is that even remotely useful? I guess he won't try to path if the snake is on the east side. But why does that matter? I think I said east meaning west. Like, this is the only part of the room that I can access. Why is this here? This seems pretty completely pointless. I can go up here, but the only thing that does is basically nothing. I can close the door on myself, and I can be completely stuck. How very helpful. What made the wubba move? I guess if there's not a brained path to me, then the wubba... No. The wubba should only move when there is a brained path to me. So what made it move? Going up here made it move? Okay. What? First of all, why does the Wubba move exclusively when I'm standing here? What's special about this place?
What?
I guess it opens this force arrow, so it makes the Wubba want to go like this. Sure. What is the point of any of this? Am I trying to achieve some magic timing of things with the wisp? I don't think so. I guess this does get me to the brain. But now there's nothing I can do to kill the snakes.
Ready to take a death nap? Suit up, little man.
What even is this?
My hook reaches far.
That's... Am I supposed to somehow match the snake's wanting to go through with a timing of the wisp? Something? I guess this achieves that? I really don't know.
I will puncture.
Well, that's not enough to kill the snake. And even if I killed the snake, what good would that do? The other snake is still going to be alive. And there's nothing I can do to kill that. What does this room even want me to do? Seems like this room expects me to have some kind of psychic control over the Slayer to make him go south instead of north and block this snake to kill it first. But there's absolutely nothing in this room that lets me do that to the Slayer. The only thing I have control over is whatever this nonsense is, which as far as I can tell from direct observation does absolutely nothing. It's like, okay, the snake goes back and forth, and nothing happens. Great. Is that what I'm supposed to do? How was I supposed to guess that? Okay. Whatever. So I need him to go and press that plate in particular. And now what? Well, now there's absolutely no way to press the other plate. Guess the Slayer... Well, he's going to press this if... Does that matter? I don't think that matters. So I just need him to go here, and that's it. Then try to achieve whatever mystical timing is expected here, I guess. I don't think killing the brain matters. That's about as much time as I could get. And from there I have to go down here, because I have to be able to leave. So now the Slayer is blocked by the snake. And there's no way to make the Slayer stand still so that he'll actually kill the snake. This is as much space as I can get, and it's not nearly enough. There's no room to do anything else whatsoever here.
Die.
This room is just weird to the point of incomprehensible. I don't understand what it's trying to tell me to do. I guess I need the snake to be over here for the Slayer to go and do that. And then you can kill that snake. And you can go press this plate. Good. Then I want the snake to be back over there, so that the Wubba has a brained path to me. And then the Slayer does this. And this part is completely incomprehensible. It's somehow supposed to be possible to kill the snake from this position. Or from a position like this one. I don't see how. Slayer is not going to stand in the way of the snake, and the snake is way too long. It's about as much time as I can possibly get. Do I want to stand here so that the door closes on him? That is a thing I can do, but it doesn't look useful in the slightest.
You move with an sword up, little shall now make many holes. Sword up, little man.
This is the only way that I could ever possibly keep the Slayer still. And this just locks the room. There's no other way to keep the Slayer from going through there. And I don't exactly have control over a whole lot of things in this part of the room. I'm not just, like, supposed to have the snake on the other side of the room. Rain Rubba would never reach me if I did that. I guess that would kill the snake, but not in a useful way. Yeah, also this door would be closed if I did that. So this is multiply impossible to be useful. What am I even supposed to be able to interact with in this part of the room? There's just absolutely nothing remotely useful here. If I could arrange the timings so that the Slayer walks in and, like, stands here, but he won't even path to here. He'll have his wisp and he'll stop here. Following the wisp, he'll just stop there, so that doesn't work. Also, he moves before the snake, so...
You move with an awkwardness that pains me. I will. Ready to take a death nap? You move with an awkwardness that pains me. Die with grace. You move with an awkwardness that pains me.
Okay, somehow this works. Okay. Sure. I feel like I more stumbled into that one than figured it out. What is this? Okay, don't use that rock golem, I guess. Yeah, so start off by doing that. And what else is even going on in this room? I guess I just want the Slayer to hit these. Okay. So I need to use the 3 remaining rock golems to block the Slayer's path so that he'll go the right way. What's with the Fagundos? I don't think this one can do anything but kill that rock golem. Which, good, I guess. So the other one, though, I suppose could block the Slayer's path sometimes, maybe? Yeah? Sure. Alright, so I think I have to block the southmost passage. How would I... Wait. Oh, okay. Well, my working theory is that I should block the 2 bad ways on the west and the south one on the east. Maybe that will be enough. A little awkward, but doable. Okay. It's about as much as I have control over, so... Oh, I thought that... I guess he'll path past rock golems anyway? I don't know. So how do I actually block this path? If apparently the Fagundo is not good enough for that. How am I supposed to be able to make him go any farther west than this ever? Ever. How is that supposed to work? He'll just stand there forever. He'll never actually go west. There's no obstacles I can use to block this path at all. The Fagundo is not good enough because there's nothing I can do to make it crash and die.
Uh-huh.
What? Clearly that's not it. Why is he going west now? What? Okay, well, I guess I have to block that one off then. Frankly, the rules for when and how and why the Slayer will or won't decide to change his path are really obtuse, and probably should be explained in text at some point instead of just expecting the player to know what those rules are. Because there are a lot of really unintuitive things about how it works. Okay. So the secret room is, to some extent, the same idea, but different, I guess. For one thing, there's nothing in this room to kill the golems with, which is really good. Slayer is very conspicuously facing west. Now that I think of it. That might be meaningful for how I'm supposed to kill the golems. Except there is no way to make them stand at the west edge of these passages whatsoever. If I take them all the way north first... There's something I can do with that. Well, if they were at the right spacing, this would work. Not sure what to do with the third one, though. I guess the third one's just extra for some reason. It's extra that I have to get rid of somehow. Alright, so just put it somewhere that will be on this path then. Like if it was right there where his hook is right now, that would work. But I don't think I can get it that far to the north. Huh. Where else could it be? Maybe if it's just at the mouth of that pathway, it would work. Like if it's just there, maybe that'll work. Yeah, that should work. Because the Slayer's gonna be in the right position there no matter what. Because it has to go through that passage. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, he has to go south, doesn't he? How's that gonna work? I guess that must be what that one is for. Although... I don't think I understand this part. No, wait. Go back. I was just not doing something I needed to do with this part. After he goes to hit the first plate, should then be encouraged to go south by carefully moving the gun What? Well, how am I supposed to keep him from doing that? Again, the rules for this are a little too obtuse and unintuitive to just leave them unexplained. Because I can't put a golem in that path at all. There's absolutely nothing I can do to block that off. So what am I supposed to be able to do here? only one other idea of how to do this, which is to actually have the rock golem completely block that path. Although in that case, I don't see how the rock golem's ever going to die, but... I absolutely can just stand here and put the rock golem directly in that pathway. Which... too early, but... can do something like that. Maybe I need to kill this Fagundo against the golem. He still goes the wrong way. Even if he's almost as far south as possible, he still goes the wrong way. Why? Well, I don't see any other way to prevent the Slayer from just going through the middle passage. And I'm kind of stuck in this room because otherwise I have to redo the last room, which is rather a pain. Yeah, with no golems, you can just make it do that. So why with golems does it do something else? The way these are ordered is a little bit suspicious. Not completely sure what to do with the other two if this works, but I guess they can just hang out somewhere. That's no good. Well, I know this can't work. This blocking him does nothing. I'm very inclined to just look up H&S and see what kind of hints exist for this. Oh, there isn't a thread for this room. Okay then. How is this supposed to work? There's just no other way to hit the westmost one but to place both of these golems in both of these passages. But doing that makes it where the Slayer will just never go all the way south to hit this one. If I could block this passageway, then there might be some chance of being able to make him go south. But, of course, this is designed in such a way that you can't do that. I guess I'll just have to replay the entire demo of the room that led to this one when I want to try that again, because I'm not really making any progress on that. Alright, well, let's move on. I had a peek at the map while I was looking for a hint for that room, and it looks like there's not very much to the southeast here. This south area looks to be a small island of stuff. So I should probably go do that first, and then go back to the north. Okay. Need to press all of these. Okay.
I shall now make many holes in your skin.
Okay. What is this rattlesnake for? What is this rattlesnake supposed to help with?
me some small challenge, please.
Yeah. So I need to pass the force arrow first. Why is he not? Okay. So I need the rattlesnake to actually hold down both of those, so the Slayer will want to go to the third one. I don't really see how to make the rattlesnake do that, but sure.
Sword up, little man.
I guess I can just hope that it does something useful. Which of course it will not. It will always refuse because it's a snake, and snakes never do anything useful. Especially when you need them to. Should I be trying to put this rattlesnake in a knot so that it's pushing both of them instead of moving? I don't know how to guarantee that either. Great. That's not what I wanted.
You move with an awkwardness that pains me.
Okay. I guess that's probably good enough. Except now I can't actually enter. Right.
Sword up, little man.
Okay. I guess that solves that. Alright then. That wasn't as hard, but it was still
Sword up, little
not
man.
necessarily easy.
I feel the smallest sense. Yes. Lie down and stop breathing.
Alright then. Going on to the north. Whoa, what is that? What is that? Have we been introduced to violet doors before in this hold? I guess we must have been. So the goal in this room is to kill the Slayer. So first you have to go through here. Oh, we haven't been told what those are for? This room should probably have had a scroll explaining what that door is. if not. I don't really... So this makes all of that available. This closes everything and opens that. I have no idea how I'm supposed to tell which order to do these in. So I guess I suppose a wild guess will have to do. Alright. Okay, yeah, I thought that might be the case. What am I supposed to do here?
Yeah.
Maybe I just need the middle one to be a door.
Talking about the lovely. That's just because of how the tank sticks a little.
Ready to take a death nap?
Maybe I just need the arrow to be the middle one. Arrow, door, fire trap.
Die with ribs.
Okay. This room is just a bit confusing.
Find me some small.
Alright. I don't know that I could ever have figured that out without trial and error, but trial and error gets it done, at least. Still don't know how this one's supposed to work. Okay.
My hook reaches far.
Does that do something good or bad? This looks bad. This looks necessary. So... okay. What do these do? Guess I need those held down. That does that, which isn't particularly helpful. So hold these three down and then go here. And he does not move. Why does he not move?
Provide me some small
How is this supposed to work?
Die with grace.
I guess maybe that works. No? How is this supposed to work then? Okay. I don't get it. Not really possible to prevent him from exiting and closing the door without completely blocking the pathway, so that he can't leave at all, ever. I can't see how this room is supposed to be started. Either I completely block the Slayer from leaving his alcove, in which case I can't make him do anything else, ever, or I let the Slayer free and he just blocks my pathway that I need to take down here at some point. One or the other. Not really any options in between the two. Is that it? Probably not. I don't know, maybe this is how this room is supposed to work. This feels very awkward and weird, though. Okay. Did I want this to happen? Probably not. Okay. Sure. What opens this? Okay. So I guess I'm supposed to somehow make him turn? Even though there's not really anything that can do that here. Okay. This work? Almost, kinda. I guess I just need that barrel to be in a different place. Will that do it? I guess so. Alright then. This looks not very closely related to being behind a green door in that room. Is this just survival and a time clone is there? Looks like it. Yes, the time clone needs to hit that. How do I open this? Oh. Well, that's annoying. Oh. Is that the point of this? Sure. Whatever. That's really silly.
Lie down and stop breathing.
There still is not time to actually press the plate and get to the token, though. Even if I do that. What? There's no way to get past him. Like, even if I'm standing as close as possible to the Conquer token, he still moves before I can reach it. And I have to put the time clone here first, before I can move toward the token. So the time clone can't help. Not the least of which because he won't even go after the time clone in the first place.
I feel the smallest sense of accomplishment. Outcome? I feel the smallest sense of accomplishment.
I mean, I could use the tunnels to desync the time clone, but that's not going to help because the time clone has to be the one to press the plate. So that can't be it. Do that, but that's not going to help. Also, he's decided to move for some reason under a condition when he should not be moving? Why is he 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 moving? For what reason is the Slayer moving in this situation? Yeah, that's not going to be useful in the slightest because the time clone has to be the one that presses this plate anyway. Is he just always going after the original B throw? The time clone is much closer. I guess it doesn't matter again because there's nothing I can do anyway. I don't quite understand why that worked, but okay. I guess I did something right in theory. Though what it was, I'm not really sure. Looks like 62 moves is the state of the art. What was I even doing differently? I guess I was trying to keep him from facing northwest? Something like that. Is there a pathway up this way? Yeah. Requires clearing this room to go to that one. Oh. Well, this doesn't appear to be the same as, like, really closely related to the previous room. This appears to be doing something else. Well, I don't know what.
Ready to take a death nap?
What? Huh. Okay. I don't even see any way for me to do anything that involves the Slayer in this room. Like, the Slayer looks completely irrelevant to me. He's just there. And there's not really anything here I can do at all. What?
My hook reaches far.
How could any of these be made to stand still? It's just not gonna happen.
Die with grace.
Do you want the Slayer to try to open that door? I mean, I can do that, but that doesn't help in any way whatsoever. Why is this brain? Why is this brain? For what reason is this brain? What is your purpose? I guess the Omplage can kill that, which is presumably good. Now what? Well, that closes this door, so I can't do anything. I can't make any sense at all of that room.
I shall now make many holes in your skin.
Okay. I don't think I want that to be pressed. So I guess pressing this is literally the only thing I can do. And it doesn't do anything. Great. can open this. So do I want them both in here? I
My
guess
hook
so.
reaches far.
But that's...
I shall now make many
Can't have
holes
that
in this
happening. Do I want the Slayer to hit that instead? I guess so. Okay. How did... Huh. Well, that's an open green door, huh? Okay. I'm just left feeling like I broke this room. What was I supposed to learn from that? Did I do this right? Is that how this room is supposed to go? I guess so. The efficient demos do it that way. Is this how the room is supposed to go? Like, did I break it or not? I honestly can't tell. Well, I finished the room, whether I broke it or not, so I guess I don't need to worry about it too much, but if there's some really important
Suit
behavior...
up, little man.
I mean, I knew that. Okay. It's weird that that's behind a room that's much tougher about powder kegs. Seems weird to me, but... Okay. Sure. I guess my goal was to have him kill that
Ready to
decoy.
take a death nap?
Alright then.
You move with an awkwardness that pains me.
So... Alright. I suppose I need him to kill all of these decoys. He doesn't want to do that though. He'll kill that many of them. What do these do? Oh, this is a required order. I need to take a screenshot and make a note of what this order is supposed to be. So this one is first. This one is second. Then that one is third. And this one is fourth. And this one is last. Okay. Well, I know how to make the Slayer do the first and second ones. I don't really know how to make the others happen in the right order. given that the guard will only ever hit whatever's closest to him, that doesn't really seem possible. And there's literally nothing else I can do. Because I don't have control over anything in this room. Oh, now he decided to do them in that order instead? Okay, sure. I guess it had something to do with where I was at first. I think the point of that is just to note that Slayers pay absolutely no attention to decoys whatsoever, ever. Presumably.
I shall now make many holes in your
Oh, this level just goes on, doesn't it? It's a lot of rock golems. Don't use the staff. Okay. So if I just go in, the Slayer does this. Okay, I'm just trying to give him a long path. Okay. Sure. There's all these ortho squares. Do I really need the staff or anything? I don't feel like I should, maybe. I just hope this isn't asking me for absolutely perfect optimality. Or something. I should probably fill it from left to right, no matter what. From west to east is definitely the right way to fill this. No, it's the opposite. Along here and to the north. Like that. Yeah, the thing is, the stick fundamentally changes this room's goal a little bit. Because it changes the goal being from, I guess I don't have enough for those there. Hang on. The stick changes the goal from being, like, conceive of the right set of walls to manipulate the golems to be the correct set of walls. adds a lot more constraint to how you can place things, I guess. Okay, I think this is just about as optimal as it can get. If I could get that one to land where I need it to. There we go. I don't know how to make this any slower, so let's try this. I mean, there's not really anything I can do to make that any slower. So, somehow that's not enough. I mean, if I had 2 more golems, then this would be possible to make better, but I don't have any more. Alright, I guess I just have to go build this to figure out what my goal should be.
Clear. Clear. Ha!
Sword up, little man.
Ha!
Is that the right size? It's a little harder to tell how many tiles that is. I guess I should use puzzle mode. think that does any better. This requires too many of them. I doubt it works anyway. Yeah, no. The obstacles in this style are weird. Is that any better? It's nowhere near enough.
I fear the smallest sin.
How is this not the optimal way for it to be built? It seems really clear that this should be the best. And it would be enough if there were enough golems to do this. But there's not enough golems. There's two less than there should be. There's not really any way to make up for the deficit. This would require one more than I have. But I doubt it's any better. Yeah, this still wouldn't work. Apparently there's some really specific configuration that would work, but I have no power to envision it. I guess I'll have to leave it there for today.
Sword up, little man.
I
Die,
wanted to go that way.
prince.
I think I'm gonna post a help thread for that secret room I couldn't do. I'll have to run through the demo of this. Okay, those three. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'll gather my thoughts and type something up asking for help with this. And then... but I'll go ahead and do that off stream. Anyway, for now, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great week. I guess I was a little tired today. I don't feel like I got a ton done. A lot of these rooms are just very difficult to read.